Let me do my little intro thing real quick and introduce you. If you don't
Yeah, do
mind.
you think?
All right. Hey, welcome to the Get Down. Today I have with me the homie Chris Parker. That's what I know him by. He came home and changed his last name on me. But man, we was in Lompoc together. Started out in Lompoc together as youngsters and ran into each other again back in Atwater USP. Man, what's up, homie? It's good to see you home, brother.
Oh, you know it, brother.
Man, what you been doing since you been home?
Working and playing, bro. Working and playing.
Yeah, I saw you going, taking up your, going down the coast. That was cool.
Yeah, man. Much needed break. Much needed break.
Yeah. How long you been home now?
A little over 2 years.
I mean, last time I spoke to you, you had like 60 something years, right?
72,
Seven.
72 years, 3 months.
My bad. 72 years and 3 months. Fuck. Hey, how do they even justify giving motherfuckers time like that, Holmes? That's just
Bro, back when I failed that 924C charge, bro, that thing carried 5 for the first gun, 20 for the second, 20 for the third, 20 for the fourth. And so I had 65 years in gun charges and 7 years, 3 months for the overt crimes.
yeah. I knew there was 60 something years in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
I.
all gun charges.
Where did you go to the? What was you in Lompoc for?
Armed bank robbery, a
You
bunch
know,
of them.
you was out there running around in Sacramento, or you was leaving out of state to do that.
Sacramento,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Madness.
Hey, that's crazy, right? Hey, man, it's so good to see. Man, listen, man. I tell people, you know what I mean, like being a youngster, just me getting 20 something years, that felt like a life sentence. So I couldn't even imagine like you getting 70 something years, which is like a death sentence, you know?
At 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now well, you ain't never had hair when I met you, so I used to have hair.
A 72-year sentence to do that to you.
Hell yeah, right? I came home and lost all my hair. It's crazy.
Man, the things the feds do to you.
Yeah, man. But man, you seem to be in pretty good health. You know what I mean? Pretty good state of mind.
Well, we get preserved in there, bro.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between like individuals like us that come home uh, and are like that we can like pretty much integrate back into society as opposed to those dudes that are I don't know for lack of a better word institutionalized and traumatized and some of them hadn't even done like half the time that we did and they come home and they just can't seem to figure it out. So like what was it in your life that was able to help you integrate back into the community?
Well, uh, the main thing is if you take the time to prepare yourself while you're there, and you take advantage of the things that are afforded to you in there, you're able to come home and readjust your life to the new norms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was, all the classes, all the VT courses, you know what I mean, college courses, all that type of stuff, man. When you jump in and you try to do the best you can with what you got, and you you just have that mind state that, listen, man, I'm not gonna go home and be one of these dudes that keep coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm gonna
See, we
get on
didn't.
the road.
I know we didn't get
I'm
a chance to come home and go back and forth.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
they laid us down, homie.
That's no, hey, absolutely.
Yeah,
And that ain't, it would be easy for me to just jump back out there and start doing my thing. It would be easy.
yeah, of course.
But bruh, what that life ain't for me no more. I gave him enough time of my life and ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you take college courses at?
In her long.
Oh,
In her
FCI. Oh,
You know,
you made it to a FCI. I forgot.
when I, very first time when I left Atwater in 2010, I made it to FCI Herlong, and they had college up there, so I took advantage of it.
Wow. Like, you know, that's the thing that I get frustrated at. Like, you know, like some people they don't have no choice that they're put in the USP because of, you know, their crime or because their affiliation or whatever. Like
Yeah,
they get stuck in that USP, and in the USP, as you know, you've been there, we just sitting around waiting to kill each other. You know what I mean? Like the do boy programs they got is a GED. You know what I mean? And the rest is just fucking dumbass shit like origami and crocheting and right.
and
So
beating.
yeah, so it's just like they understand like the people that are up on our high security level, they need the help too, and some of them don't have no choice that they're there. You know,
Yeah,
because you know once you know a certain crime puts you over there, and then when you're in that environment, there's no such thing as non-affiliate, because even if you ain't a gang member or whatever, you're still black, you're still Mexican, you're still white, you're still Asian. And when those group of people that you affiliate with, that you have no choice, they just lump you in like that. That's just the way the politics is in the penitentiary. When those people
absolutely, absolutely.
when those people get into it, even they don't got nothing to do with you, you got to funk too. If you don't, when the smoke clear, they're gonna come and chop you up because you was just standing there watching.
Yeah, that's one of the things I learned. Like in Herlong, my first 14 days there had a race riot between the blacks, Serranos, and the Paisas, and it was it was crazy to see how, they, well, I mean, just like in Lompoc, when they wanted to come get one specific group of black dudes, they didn't care which black dudes was around. They was just gonna stab whatever was around of color, and then that's that.
Yeah,
So, you got to get into it. You get into it for the most part. Try to stay out the way. But when it go down, it go down. You already know.
yeah. I mean, what led up to that riot? Like, what happened? Because I mean,
A dude,
it's rare to
a
hear
kid,
riots at FCI's, right?
bro. And the worst of all, it was in the the reason why it went down. It was in the drug program. One of the Serrano kids wanted to take the drug program class. The Serranos didn't have a TV in that unit. So his higher ups went and told him, hey, go take a TV. So who had the most TVs? The black dudes.
Yeah,
So he went and turned the black TV. One of the dudes from the Midwest beat him up for it, put hands on him. And they got a no hands policy. So
yeah,
uh, as soon as that happened, very next day, they all went to the yard, like 130 deep. And you already know what happens when they go to the yard to grab their stuff and all that crazy shit. So
yeah.
it was what it was, and you got to do what you got to do,
Mm. Why is there such animosity between the blacks and Mexicans out in California?
bro. I have no clue, none. Like me, I grew up in a really racially diverse neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We got Mexicans, we got Asians, we got whites, we got everything. So when you meet somebody from LA who has constantly been beefing with Mexicans, constantly beefing with Mexicans, you're like, bro, why do you hate them so much? And then
yeah,
you realize, oh, they funk on a different level between this hood, that hood, this gang, that gang. So it's a whole different animal down.
so that's mainly down in Southern California, LA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Northern California, we function with the Mexicans super super tough. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Uh, the Norteños that's up north,
yeah. They're not
they
racist. Yeah, they're
no,
not
they
like the
function.
Sureños. Yeah, they got
Yeah,
black.
they function.
They got blacks and whites and all different ethnics in
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
organization. Yeah,
yeah. So it's a whole different vibe up here than it is down there,
yeah,
and that's one of the things I used to trip. I used to be like, bro, they're Mexican. I'm from Northern California. We always get along with the Mexican dudes. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But as you talk to dudes from LA and you hear more of the story and all that type of stuff, you'll see why they beef with each other like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just
But
on here with remember T Bone, the homie from
yeah,
Modesto. Yeah,
yeah,
but I couldn't get this shit to work, so we had to scrap it. I tried to record him while he was on the phone with me like this, right? But but it didn't pick up the audio, so I gotta hit him back. But same thing with him. Like we grew up in Modesto. In Modesto, it's more diverse. We function with everybody. But growing up, you had like the homies that came down from South, from LA, and all that shit, and they're like, I had Mexican homies out in Mexico, out in Modesto, that was in my little breakdancing crew, and some of the homies, they were like, "Man, why you be fucking with these Mexicans, man?" I said, what? I said, huh? He's like, "Man, I fucking hate Mexicans." I'm like, "What's?" He goes, "Don't you know they killing us down there?" I'm like,
yeah,
"No,"
yeah,
because I'm just a kid when I'm growing up in Modesto. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
like he don't like when he caught his case, he got locked up. Back in the '90s, they had the express route for all the Asian Islander to go to into their own module because of the green light that the black hand had on the Asians.
Ain't no
But
question.
but that all that started with the TRG. Like I don't know how it all came about and all that stuff, but the Mexicans got tired of trying to differentiate who's Cambodian, who's Chinese, who's Hawaiian, who's Islander. They just said, "Fuck it, kill them
We
all."
take off on all of them. Ain't no
Yeah.
question. Ain't no
So
question.
so the homie was just taking me through, like when they first locked him up, they put him in the county in the gang module, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm not a gang member, man," even though he is, but he's not trying to be locked down 23/7. And they're like, "You sure you want to go to population? It's dangerous out there." And he's like, T-Bone, he don't give a fuck, right? So, but it's just like even out here in Utah, man, we function with everybody, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's one thing about the dudes that I met in the feds from Utah, Samoan, Tongan.
yeah,
It don't even matter. Cambodian, whites, everybody mess with everybody.
yeah. I mean, like like the thing that allowed us to move around the way we moved around in the penitentiary, we didn't have that stigma of or that hatred that was already instilled in us
That's
towards the
right.
whites or the Mexicans or the blacks, and
That's right.
and those people see that we don't have that animosity towards them, and so we were able to function and move and get along for the most part better than those people that came from that environment. You know.
Yeah, one of the best times, one of my best memories from Atwater was that big football game we had. Uh, the blacks and the Islanders versus the Serranos, Paisas, and the White Boys.
Yeah.
That game in the rain, bro, it just showed me, you know what I mean. Everybody can't get along when it's something that you know everybody enjoy. So
Yeah, but what allowed that to happen in Atwater is because in Atwater they didn't allow no brand members or black hand to be on that yard. So
until
then
later, yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if they still do. They have like dudes that are like maybe not recognized as a black hand, but not having that figurehead that keeps that hatred and that division
I agree.
allows us to mingle.
I
Because in Lompoc, if a Mexican dude get caught smoking or drinking with a black dude, he's getting
yeah,
butchered.
yeah,
Yeah, and there was like no room to move around that.
no, no,
Mm,
that right there was a no go.
yeah, and
And
I was
that was
just
that was definitely because they had that figurehead in in Lompoc to
to enforce that. You know,
yeah, yeah,
but that's their politics. I'm not here
yeah.
to get into their politics, but
It is what it is.
it's just I get like it baffles me like how come we don't understand that we're all brothers in the struggle, man? Like we're not the enemy. I'm not keeping you in jail, homie. I don't got the keys, you
That
know?
was one of the things. That was one of the things I used to say all the time, bro. It should be us against them, not us against us.
Yeah.
But then you go into just listen, man. All of that stuff is in place to keep us at each other's necks,
Yeah.
so that we don't turn it the opposite way, and that's what that is. I think that's why there was so many staff assaults in Atwater because dudes was like, bro, this ain't my enemy right here. This is
Yeah.
These is good dudes. You're not gonna turn me against the rest of these people. We gonna turn our stuff towards y'all. So
Yeah, that's what like I bumped heads. Me. I've been doing what I've been doing, and that's why I never got out of the penitentiary. But like a lot of these dudes that I was like, listen, homie, I don't I don't got no issue with you. You ain't the one keeping me in jail. Like my
yeah,
issue is with these motherfuckers. Like you're quick to come at somebody if something's missing off your table that another inmate took. But the
yeah,
fucking CEO go up in your cell and take every motherfucking thing, and all you doing is sitting there looking stupid.
yeah. See that right there used to turn my head. It just turned me up to a different level. They go inside my cell and tear something up. I'm ready, and
Yeah,
it is what it is after that.
yeah. Hey, was you there when the Latin King took that CO hostage
And
in
smoked his
Atwater?
cigarettes. Ain't no
Yeah,
question. Ain't no
man.
question.
What happened? What happened? Like I've heard bits and pieces of it. I didn't have enough of it to share because me, I don't want to just be talking outside my neck. You know what I mean?
So dude had like 70 something years. Dude had like 75 years, something like that. He had only been on the yard a couple months. And Atwater, the drink was free flowing. It was
Yeah,
legal to. So uh he got drunk a little bit, and he hadn't had no, because they had just taken all the cigarettes out the feds in 2008.
yeah. Well, they took it
Yeah,
from us in
2000,
2004 in Victorville.
2006. They took it in 2006,
Yeah.
and he wanted cigarettes. He went to office, took the dude hostage, and smoked his cigarettes. It was madness, bro.
That was Larson, right? Larson, CO
Yeah,
Larson.
ain't no question.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, he was cool, man. The CO Larson, he was cool, man. Like we had uh, remember Paylone in our block that was tattooing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Paylone had finished my chest piece, and he came by and he was like, "What the fuck?" He opened up the door, and I'm on the wall because Paylone got to put me on the wall to finish up the piece, and he's like, "Man." So he reached in his whatever pocket and pulled out some gloves for us, right?
yeah,
Some extra gloves for us, and then I was like, "Hey, we're gonna lock in the cell, cause remember before they let you lock in whatever cell, as long as the count come out, they didn't trip. You know what I
they
mean?
didn't care.
Yeah. Now Atwater was like when I got to Atwater coming from Beaumont, cause Beaumont was locked down, locked down, locked down. Dude, every time we came out that cell, somebody got butchered. And then when I
Yeah,
got to Atwater, it was just like wide open. You know what I mean?
yeah. I tell people, Atwater was a whole different animal. It was super. It was violent,
Yeah.
but it was super loose.
Yeah,
You
they
know
didn't
what I
lock.
mean?
No, we got locked down longer for the Crips and the Whites in a 2B than we did when the homie butchered the 2CO, the CO in 6 block.
Yeah, I know. In 5A or
Yeah.
5B, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they pat you down, catch you with a knife, and be like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here!" Well, look for your name on the call out.
Yeah, all the time. It's crazy when you can go into a lieutenant's office and make a phone call. You pay a flat book and you can make a half-hour phone call for free
Yeah.
to you, something like that, bro. Or the lieutenant's running tickets and all that crazy shit. So it was
Nah, it was
it was
wild.
bad.
I had fun over there, homie. Like that's the
It was
longest
bad.
place I was at, you know.
Yeah, I was
But
there 10 years.
yeah, you
No,
went there.
I was there 9.5 years.
Yeah, you left us in Lompoc when they first opened
Oh,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I left the lamp. Yeah, you're right. So it was crazy though. It was crazy.
yeah, nah. Atwater was wild, man. That like it was like a race ride every other week.
I tell you all the time, bro. Somebody could get stabbed in the morning. They're gonna clean the blood up. Activities move. Somebody gets stabbed at lunch. Clean the blood up. Activities move. And I tell people I didn't know that I had PTSD until I left Atwater, and a fight started between somebody, and I'm looking for the gun tower, and the FCI's ain't no gun towers, ain't that
Yeah,
none of that going on. and they're just fighting in the middle of the yard. And you're like, damn, ain't nobody gonna get shot. Nobody's jumping nobody. What the fuck is going on? So it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Was you still there when they were shooting at what's his name from New York that was playing poker that used to play poker with me? He was sitting on the
Yeah,
bench. He was sitting on
yeah,
the bench, and two of his homeboy from New York came and started lumping him up. Then
yes.
then he pulled out the sword.
Yes, I was
Yeah,
there. I was on the yard. It was me, you.
yeah,
It was me, you, VC, and Eddie.
yeah. Hey, they started moving that fucking gun around. Everybody started scattering like
Everybody
roaches.
moving. The whole yard shifts. I'm going this way. We going that way. Yeah. And the lieutenant and all them, the lieutenant and that little counselor broad was yelling, "Shoot him! Shoot that motherfucker!"
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
yeah. I don't miss none of that shit, man. Like, dog, it's just cause you live for decades with your nerves just on high alert. Like
Yeah,
like every day, like even don't got nothing to do with you. Like when you hear those noises, when you hear the keys, when you hear a commotion, you get that adrenaline rush. Like when you go to sit down and somebody pulls a chair from under you, you get that burst.
boom.
Yeah,
Ain't no.
and
That's one of the things I tell you. Like my mom, and then when I first came home, they noticed that I was constantly scanning, constantly looking at people's hands and pockets and all of that type of stuff, bro. And if it kind of gave my mom the perspective of, listen, this is how this dude has had to live for 24 and a half years.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You're constantly assessing a situation, a person, breaking down what's his motives, all that different type of stuff. It all, even though you're out of there, it all happens in an instant.
yeah. You're conditioned for that. You're conditioned to like when somebody walks in the room to be like, because when you're in a unit, it's out of bounds for somebody else to come into your block, unless you know that dude here to like you've seen him before that he comes in and kicks it with his homie and drink like we
Get
used
that
to.
do
Yeah,
something, drinking, something like that.
yeah. Everybody's always aware of who lives in the block, so when a new face walks in, you already know. Oh man, they here to hit punish somebody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I find myself like when I go to the restaurants and all that stuff. I mean, I always put my back to the wall. I always position myself in a place where I can observe the front door, and it pisses me off because I know there ain't nobody out here to get me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like cool, but I can't break those habits.
And I've gotten better. It's been like I said, it's been almost 3 years. In May it'll be 3 years, but I've been out for 2.5 now, and I force myself to sit in places where I can't see the door, and
Yeah,
I force myself to do it, and then I'll be looking around, and people around me are like, "Chris, it's okay. You're not in prison no more." And I got to catch myself because you find yourself doing it.
yeah, yeah.
And
Well, look,
go ahead.
my wife and them they took me to this Korean barbecue like about like 3 or 4 months after I got out, right? And it's they come there with the freaking slab of steak on the skewers,
Yeah.
the chicken on the skewers, and they're running around with knives, just chopping shit. Like, how many pieces you want? How many pieces you want? And I know I'm in the same. I'm there with my family and my friends. You know what I mean? We got a big table. Everybody's like, yeah, I want a piece of this. I want a piece of that. And they're just chopping it off. You know what I mean? And I know I'm in a safe environment. I know ain't none of these freaking waitress and waiter is gonna freaking stab me. But I think that's one of the first incident where I was just like I couldn't like yeah, it's just man, it pissed me off so bad that that place fucked me up like that. Like where I couldn't like I already know I'm safe. Like why can't I just like relax? You know?
Yeah. I went to the fair, the California State Fair in Sacramento when I first got home,
Yeah.
and it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and I felt myself like lock up, and I got my fist balled up. I'm scanning everywhere. and the people I'm with are like, Chris, are you okay? Chris, are you okay? And I'm like, man, this is too much. It's too much too fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was it was too many people all around me at once, people bumping into you, you know what I mean, and not saying excuse me and all that different crazy shit
Yeah, right?
that people out here don't realize that in there you got to be super cognizant of bumping somebody, of stepping too close to somebody, you know what I mean, without saying
Yeah.
excuse me, all
But
that different things. And so it messed me up. And now I'm every time the fair's here, I go because I want to try to get out of that habit of being, and I hate to say it, but being institutionalized in a way.
yeah. All right, give me a second. I think my can you still see me?
No, your camera went off, bro.
Yeah, I think my battery died waiting for you. Hold on.
You know, this technology stuff ain't me.
Man, this tech stuff is crazy, man. I got all these freaking well, you can't see me. But I got all these freaking high tech shit that I barely know how to use, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
look at how long it took for me just to get a Zoom link going.
bro. I still need help with this iPhone. I don't know. I don't know anything about this shit.
And last time I started freaking out when my camera went out because I thought I broke some. And I sat here for like 2, 3 days trying to figure the shit out. And come to find out, my battery was just dead. Right?
Yeah, I gotta go. I just bought a GoPro for my motorcycle,
Yeah.
and bro, trying to figure that thing out is like physics. I don't got a clue. I don't got a clue. Rocket science. I don't got a clue about it.
Yeah, like I have my nieces and my nephew come and help me with all this stuff. But when I'm at my parents' house and all my other nieces and nephew, they're like 13 years old, 9 years old. They're on their shit, and I'm like, I just feel out of place. Like for real, like we've been frozen. It's like
Yeah,
we
the
got put.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, and we just literally teleported 25 years into the future. You know, because
Hey, when you get that immediate release, like I got, so I knew it was coming since 2008. As soon as they passed that law,
yeah,
but we're out on the yard. You know, we're locked down during COVID, so we're only getting 1 hour out a week on the yard, or maybe 2 hours out sometimes. And I come in from, and now my court case is in. It's been in for 6 months. I I go inside and they're like, bro, they're looking for you, and everybody knows what's up. Everybody
yeah,
knows I got a court case in. Everybody knows my appeals pending, all that. And that if they give me the go, I go home immediately. I walk in the back, they're like, hey, your thing went through. I'm like, hold on, listen, what are you talking about?
yeah. Don't play with my emotions, motherfucker.
And yeah, the case manager is like, your thing, that thing you were talking to me about? And I'm like, hold on, listen, what thing? Because we've been talking about a few different
Yeah,
things.
let's just get to
What thing?
it. Yeah,
She's like, that court case you got, it went through. And I'm like, what do you mean it went through? She said, we're supposed to get you off the yard today, but it's 3 o'clock and we can't process you out. So you go home at 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yeah, yeah. Now, and you being so you're waiting for it to happen.
yeah,
And in my head, I knew it was going to happen because of all of the things that I did to get to that point. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Hundreds and hundreds of certificates,
yeah,
5, 6 different VT courses, all that different stuff. So college courses. So in my head, I know what's going to happen. But when they finally said it, it's like, holy shit! I go home tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. I slept maybe an hour.
Oh, I know. I'm sure. Oh yeah.
My mom, everybody wanted to come pick me up. I said, no, I'm riding the bus home.
Yeah, we
I
taking our
want to,
time home,
I want
huh?
to view the world. and see what it's like right now. I don't need you to come get me and all that stuff. I want to take the bus home. So I took the bus home, bro, and it was a whole. I left in '97.
Yeah.
You know, I get home in 2021, bro. That is a whole different world.
I mean, how did it feel?
Sacramento.
Like, take me through. How did it feel? Like when you stepped out, when you got off of federal property.
So they had the camper drive me to the bus station,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I get there, everybody is moving around. Everybody's moving around so fast, and everybody's head is down in their phone, and nobody's saying hi or what's up or anything like that. And so it was a trip because I'm used to waking up saying, "Hey, good morning, what's up? How you doing?" Da da da. Walk past somebody, say, "Hey, what's up? Excuse me." It wasn't none of that. So it was immediate. Like, damn, these people are fucking tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you remember Petey from Atwater.
Yeah.
So Petey was at the bus station with his sister. He hands me a phone that's his. He's like, "Bro, take this phone. You gonna need it." I'm like, "Bro, I don't know how to do none of this." He like, "Bro, just take the phone. Don't worry about it." He like, "I got another one. Take this phone right here. The code is whatever it was."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay." I opened the phone up and I was like, "Bro, I don't know what the fuck." I called my homeboy and was like, "Hey, I'll be at the bus station in about an hour, 2.5 hours. I need you to pick me up from the bus station downtown." He like, "I got you."
Mm.
I get on the bus. I try to open the phone up again. I done forgot the password. I didn't know it locks on its own. So I got a phone I can't use the whole way home. It was stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was yeah, I still trip off of it because it was a whole different world, man. It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
I still trip today. Just being home and seeing like nieces and nephews that wasn't even born when I first went in, you know what I mean? And they don't
Yeah.
know me, I don't know them. Cousins and stuff that I have never met. Uh, you know, cousins, kids that I've never met. Bro, it was crazy. I went in on my mom's 40th birthday. I got locked up on my mom's 40th birthday. I come home and she's 64. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's had a whole career. She got a job and retired before I came home, bro. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. Like that shit, like, we adapt. Like, you look like, I mean, I don't know your head. I don't know what's in your head and all that stuff, but just from the thing that I observe and just being able to talk to you a few times, it seems like you adapt well. But just from speaking, just from my own personal experience, it's just like I could be just having a great time, you know, just wherever I'm at with my family, with my friends, or whatever we're doing. And then like a memory would come back of the time in there and it would just fuck me up. It would just like I don't have no control of my, I want to say, I guess it's emotions. You know what
Your
I mean?
emotions, ain't no
Yeah.
question.
Just
Hey,
like
bro, I tell you, I could be in a store or something and somebody will bump me. And in my head, I know that they don't know no better,
yeah.
right? But something inside of me is like, bro, I should slap the fuck out of this dude. And, and now I'm mad at myself because I'm allowing that life to force its way into this life. And
Yeah.
that ain't cool.
Yeah. Like, it's it's definitely two different worlds. Like night and day. It's not even night and day. It's like Mars and freaking the moon. You know, like it's just it's just crazy. It's just, and you're so accustomed to the craziness that the craziness becomes normal. And
Yep.
you know, like
Yeah.
me, like out here, I believe like the core values that we adopt, that we learn to uphold in order to survive. Conducting yourself with integrity, and I always tell people like the most words used in there is excuse me, please, and thank you. And it's
Thank
not
you. Ain't no
yeah,
question.
and it's not about anybody being scared or anything like that. It's just we're extra polite and extra courteous, just because we're not trying to have any misunderstanding of what our intentions are, because those misunderstandings can literally cost you your life.
Yes.
And out here, people are not conscious of that. They're rude, they're disrespectful, but they're not trying to be. That's just, I had to learn that they're just going about their day. Like you say, when you came out, you saw everybody's facing the phone, and that's all they're concerned about. They're not intending to offend you or disrespect you, but they're just going about, their routine, their daily routine. It's just we're the intruder. We're the one that's out of the norm. Like, because when I snap on them and I'm like, hey man, what the fuck, homie? Like that ain't. They look at you like, what the fuck are you tripping on, dude? Like,
I-
what did I do? And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
yeah. I tell people all the time because they're like, Chris, how do you let these situations go when somebody does something? And I'm like, listen, in prison, if you're not ready to go all the way and start a race riot or get stabbed or stab somebody, then the situation ain't that big.
No.
So you learn how to say, I got to think for other people. Oh, excuse me, my bad. Even if I didn't do something wrong,
Yeah.
and it's the other person, hey, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to bump into you. Sorry about that. And I gotta keep reminding myself that, hey, listen, if you're not willing to go all the way out, ain't no reason to say nothing or do nothing or get emotional or mad about it.
Yeah.
I find myself doing it still, but I still talk myself down continuously.
Yeah. Now I tell like the whole, after I've been there for a while, I became like the big homie. Quote, eight quotes, right? I mean,
Hey, ain't
it's
it crazy? You be
yeah.
the prison, and then years down the line, you're one of the OGs.
Yeah, one of the youngest motherfuckers on the compound running wild, doing like all we did was play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Every chance we got, we was out there playing ball, getting our wreck in. And then, as the years progressed, like, I guess we matured or whatever. But, I tell like the young homies that come through, I'm like, listen, man, you got to make up your mind right now, decide what's acceptable to you and what is not,
yeah.
you know? And when somebody crosses that line, you got to deal with it. And if something that you're not willing to kill somebody over, walk away. And if
It
you
ain't worth.
decide, yeah, and if you decide to walk away, there's no need to go crying about it to somebody else, because you're not doing nothing about it. So shut the fuck up, because this dude disrespect. I tell the homie, don't come tell me somebody disrespect you, because if you do, I'm gonna ask you why ain't his jaw busted, and if his jaw ain't busted, then you're a fucking lame. So if somebody disrespect you and got away with it, keep it to yourself. So I ain't gotta know about it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know?
I I've had a few situations since I've been home where people have jumped out there um, just because of my past life when I was home 24 and a half years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had to really step back and say, okay, is is this worth it, or are you just gonna, or is this an overreaction because you feel, oh, he's disrespected me, they're talking shit, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And so I've had to take a step back and say, okay, I'm not going back to prison because of your stupidity. I didn't do it. You know what I mean? I didn't cause race riots when I was there because somebody said something I didn't like. And so there's no reason to cause no harm to nobody since I'm home because they said something I didn't like.
Man,
It is
I
what it is.
I prevented you from causing a race riot in Atwater, nigga.
Bro,
Hey, Mason, you got that on you? You got that on you? I'm like, what the fuck? What? Man, that motherfucker, you talk about Junior, remember on the softball field, the white boy Junior? He said something crazy to you. You ran up to me. I'm on the fence. We're leaving, and you're over here. Mason, I was like, what do you, man, this mother, he ain't gonna talk to me. Like, and I'm just looking, man, you're a Christian, dude. Stop.
I don't remember that, bro.
You remember the White Boy Jr. in Atwater, though, right? You try to spaz out on him?
I
And
don't. I swear to you.
yeah, you kept running around Atwater, and I was like, hey, man, don't give nothing to that dude, man. He ain't, man. I said, man, I had to pull you over. I was like, hey, dude, just, man, go back in the block, dude. Yard's over, you know? And I was just like, what the fuck? But but coming from you, because like since I've known you, you've always stayed out of the shit. Like you always conducted yourself, the way you did. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of love and respect for you. So when you came like that, one, it was just off. I'm like, dude, this is the most well mannered dude. Like mellow. What's that term where you're like even keel? You know.
Yeah.
So when you came up to me like, hey, do you got that thing on you? And I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, this white boy over here, he ain't talk to me like that. And I'm like, man, what? And I was just like, dude, like, and then you're like, I told you no, and then you went to somebody else, and I was like, I went right behind you,
I
like,
went to
hey man,
VC.
yeah, I
I
went, hey,
probably
man, I
went to
said, hey,
VC.
man, get the fuck off the yard, man, like that shit's stupid. Get the fuck off the yard, man. And it was recall anyway.
I also stopped the race ride on the soccer field when the natives and the islanders had and me had a soccer team.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm for the most part, I'm not
yeah.
trying to be crazy, bro. I'm not.
No,
Can
I
I
never
go
seen you
there?
to be. Yeah,
Can I go there? Yes. Do I want to go there? No. So, you
but like
know,
you from Oak Park, right? So
no,
how were
no,
you?
like you guys thought I was from Oriental Posse.
Oh yeah, you from OP, right? OP, yeah. Man, I got the picture somewhere where you was taking with your OP right here. I'm like, damn, OP, I'm from OP, homie. What's up? I think that's how we connected when I hit you up on about your tattoos and shit, right?
Yeah, I was coming from the basketball court in
Yeah,
Mount Park.
yeah. And after that, we've been friends since. And but because like a lot of people when they come over there, they can't really, especially in the penitentiary, move away from that life. But
Yeah,
like
I
from
did.
my yeah, from the time that I known you, you did separate yourself from that life, but you didn't do it like not like I'm not trying to disrespect any of these Muslims or anything like that, but you got all these dudes that are a bunch of fucking piece of shit rats and all the rest of it, and they go and convert to Islam, to hide. You never did that. Like your homies like gave you the blessing because you still function with the homie. You're still walking on the compound with us, and all the rest. Everybody knew you was a blood, but that you changed your life. Like, how were you able to do that in a way that you were still like the homie still had love for you and still respected you and you didn't compromise yourself?
So, and this is a true statement, right? When I when I got into it with the police in 2004 on the yard and went to the shoot for that stuff, um, something clicked in my head. Said, "Listen, man, this right here is gonna be the death of you, or you're gonna be here forever. One of the two. You say you want to go home, yet you keep doing the things to get you back in the shoe. You know what I mean? So, in my first 4 years in prison, I went to the shoe 9 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fight, knives, fight, knives, fighting with the police. So something had to change. And I knew the right way to go, but there's always that fear there that people are gonna look at you as weak, soft, you're running, all that different type of stuff. So
Yeah.
I just said, man, you know what? This life ain't for me. This prison stuff ain't for me. Something gotta change. And when I talked to everybody about it, everybody was like, bro, we understand. So go ahead and do your thing. Because everybody knew, bro, I'm not running from nothing. I'm not scared. Ain't none of that going on with me. I can't do this no more. That all this other stuff, this fighting, the drinking, the carrying knives and all that stuff, that ain't for me. So uh, God made a break for me, and that's what it was.
That,
And I still heard whispers, you know what I mean, from other people about, oh, that nigga's a dropout, oh, he's a dropout, this and that.
but they
Say
never
what
said it to your face though, right?
No, say
Yeah,
what you will. I don't care.
yeah,
Just know that the reason why I'm free today is because I made that break
yeah.
in 2004.
But I always tell people like there's a right way to do things. Like, if you've always been those a person that was on the front line, that carried it the way you're supposed to carry it, the people around you are gonna see that and they're gonna respect that. So when you come to them, because you weren't just like, oh man, I'm not a blood no more. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna do this. No, you came with in a way with like, look, listen, homie, I've done all I could do, man, and I'm tired of this. This ain't the life that I want to continue. And you ain't told on nobody. You ain't done no buster ass shit. And the people that, if they're really your homies, if they really got love for you, they're gonna see that you're a real dude and understand your evolution and respect that. And they did. But you
Yeah,
got but you got a lot of these dudes out here that don't go about it the right way. And they are busters and they are dropouts because they're just, trying to find an excuse to tell on somebody. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I quit my gangbanging life or whatever, but while I'm doing that, let me try to see if I can knock off some years by trying to put some dudes,
yeah,
on cases. Because you got a lot of dudes
yeah,
like that they act like they with the funk or they got life sentence or whatever, but they steady in the prison working to try to put people on cases. You know,
yeah.
yeah, like
And that's something that you see continually, right? Especially in the feds, um, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? I trip out. People will have a life sentence. You
yeah,
didn't tell on your case. You got a life sentence.
right,
Then you come to prison and start telling for whatever reason. You're not even to get out of prison. You're just telling to just tell to get extra stuff in prison. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That don't make sense to me.
Remember that fool O from DC that hit Atwater that we used to play ball with in Lompoc? Like he left before I got to Atwater. But you guys was telling me that was the kind of program that bitch motherfucker was on. He had a life sentence and he's over there steady trying to catch people on cases to knock his time down. Like
Yeah,
like whatever what happened to him over there in Atwater?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember he left. I think he went to Tucson when that yard opened up, but you already know what the Tucson USP was.
Yeah. Oh, he probably loved
So
it over there because you know how he was getting down over there in Lompoc.
yeah, it was some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you got dudes with money in the feds that'll be a rat and they'll pay to stay on the yard somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
Um, I had no idea. Do you remember the big, heavy set, light skinned dude? I can't even remember his name now. He was in 1A. Um, always played poker, always kicked it with LL and the DC dudes, right?
Yeah.
Come to find out later on in life, right? You get to Pollock and they cut him up bad, bro. Bad. He lost all that weight and everything. And you're like, what the fuck happened? Oh, he been a rat. He been a rat since he been in prison 19 years. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, so how did he stay on here? Oh, he was paying people.
Yeah.
I get it now.
No, but like when I run into dudes like that I know that like they know that this dude's a rat, but they're allowing him to stay because they're getting something out of it. Their dude's paying or whatever. Like I lose respect for those dudes. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, damn, you ain't mad enough to eat on your own. You got to feed off. You got to get fed off this fucking rat. But
Yeah,
and you're not understanding that leaving this dude around us is endangering the community. Like me, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, what you got. If you ain't good and I know about it and you're within the politic realm that I have a say in, I'm busting your head. I just, you know what I mean? You don't
That's
remember
it.
that? Yeah, remember that Uso that came into our block that Pooey found the paperwork on, right? you know,
Soldier.
yeah.
Soldier, that's the name.
They're trying to freaking they tried like Eki and a couple of the other Simone because he's Simone, so they want to deal with it or whatever. But they're keeping me away from the situation. They're like, man, ain't got nothing to do with you, man. We're gonna deal with it. I was like, how are you guys gonna deal with it? You guys just gonna let this motherfucker walk off the compound? That's how you're trying to deal with it, you know?
Jay Patiyao.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to bust his head, and they're like,
My boy Jay off the chain.
yeah, and they're all like, man. I mean, at least they removed him. You know what I mean? So, I guess we can kind of meet in the middle, but it's just like, dog, I have such animosity towards those because all of us we're all in prison because these buses that sat right beside us talk about, yeah, I'm the homie, yeah, I'm down, yeah, we gonna ride till the wheels fall off, and soon as a motherfucking get a flat tire, they're like, him,
You
him,
need
him, him, yeah, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
and I just get in my feelings like dudes that sit around with me like because because if their rat came on the compound, they crawl over a motherfucking barbed wire fence trying to get to him. But because this dude didn't tell on them,
On them.
they're just like, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
tell people all the time, bro, it don't matter if it's not somebody who told on you.
yeah,
It don't matter. That's not the case. The whole thing of it is they went against the code.
yeah,
And the code is keep your mouth shut.
yeah,
If we did something together, I'm not telling on you. It just don't matter. And I'm not telling on somebody else because I know they business.
yeah,
That's just that's some bullshit. It is what it is. I got caught up. I got caught up. That was my life. They
yeah,
offered me immunity. They offered me immunity when I first got arrested.
yeah.
Right, bro. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So have a good day. Take me to jail, and we'll see you in the morning. That's what it is. What it is.
You know. And that's why we're able to come back home and walk in our community. Even people that knew, that we was gangsters or whatever, and
Yeah.
then in the street, like no matter how you feel about us, at the end of the day, you gotta respect it because we bought into something, but we lived by it and we paid our dues. But now, like with me, me and my homies, there's nothing else they can ask of me. I've done
Yeah.
everything, and the whole time I was locked up, I repped the homie. I didn't click up with another prison gang for protection, or I like remember BGF Mike Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, he was trying
Yes.
to recruit me, and I kind of like, hey, what you doing? He's like, man, and he gave me the spiel. I was like, look, man, I love what you guys do because they study literature and like they really are militant and educate you and all that stuff. And I was like, man, I'll go to your function and soak up the knowledge and all that stuff, but it's just I wouldn't feel right, like you know, moving on from the thing that I gave my life up for. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? So.
Dudes used to trip. Dudes used to always think, "Oh, you think you're Islander? You think you're Islander? You think you're Islander?" And I'm like, bro, that has nothing to do with who I kick it with. Who I kick it with is some good dudes.
Yeah.
They're good dudes, and that's all I care about. They're not with the bullshit. They're not constantly trying to politic and be in any everybody else's business. And they're good dudes.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna kick it with who I kick it with. I kicked it with the natives. I kicked it with the islanders. I function with everybody, and that's just me. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Like I said, I come from a neighborhood where everybody's at. We got Tongans, Samoans, and everything. So, bro, I'm not. You can't put me in no group. You're not gonna group me in with nobody.
Yeah. But at the same time, they know they can't get in the way of it because the people you fuck with is gonna have your back and they're gonna be like, man, what's the problem, homie? Like,
Yeah.
we some fucked up dudes that he can't kick it with, like, and they know they can't do nothing. I mean, especially in Atwater and Victorville, like, it's not the matter. It's not that we were deep or had the numbers. I mean, no matter what number we had, we were still outnumbered by everybody else. But
Yeah.
just but just the caliber of individuals that was there. You know, we had a lot of good homies over there in Atwater. You know,
Hell yeah. Hell
and
yeah.
yeah, and
My dude Bryson.
oh man, dog, look what they're doing to him right now, right? They try to violate him back in August. They try to send him back to 18 months. So when they locked him up, they told him they wanted him to get back, if he wanted to get back out and not go back for 18 months, he had to get on his medication. And he's like a zombie now, dog. He's lost
Wow.
fucking like 100 pounds. Like I talked to him a couple times, but it's hard to hold a conversation with him. I'm like, bro, what? Was bro? I've done too much time, bro. I didn't want to go back for 18 months, so I'm just gonna take these meds and whatever. And they piss him twice a week. They draw his blood once a week to make sure that he's taking his medication. You
God
know,
damn.
and you know him, like he's a monster. Like like if there's such thing as Superman,
Real life.
yeah,
In
real life Superman, superhuman, he's the closest thing to it. You can't do nothing with this motherfucker, right? But you've been around him, you've been in the unit with him, you live in the unit with him. He's the most humblest dude you're ever gonna meet. But you cross that line, he's gonna knock you out. You know what I mean? But the system is scared of him, you know, because he's punished. You know, he tore up the whole prison over there in Ocean Pacific in Hawaii.
When you rip a rec cage apart, rip a rec cage apart with your hands,
Yeah,
it is
you
you get
know,
labeled an animal.
but they don't understand. Like, I lived with him for 7 years, in a cell with him for 7 years, homie. You know, and we got
I met
along
him.
great.
I met him when he first came to Lompoc, bro,
Yeah,
and I was like, this big old youngster, man. This boy is a savage.
yeah,
This boy is a savage, and it it don't make no sense on the things that he can do, bro. It
yeah. Right,
don't make no sense.
man. Listen, my brand was adopted. You know, the baddest man alive was inspired by him, right? Because we got in the last riot, in Atwater before we left. Doc,
Boy,
me and him jumped in the riot against 250 Mexicans to help one of the white boys that was one of the homies' cousin.
I remember when they was throwing sodas.
Yeah, Bryson was just knocking people out. Bink, 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 bink,
Uh,
bink, right? And I was just like, I didn't get to see it, but all the other homies that was there that I'm not gonna really speak on because they stood on the fence. I got, me and him came back. He had about 9 stab wounds on him. I thought I got away. I got cut across the face and got stabbed. I didn't even know I got stabbed because the ice pick, you can't feel it,
you can't feel it.
but I got hit over my spine. And I was like, when we was locked down, I was coughing up blood and shit in myself for like 2 weeks. I tried to tell the PA I had the flu. Bitch motherfuckers never came and got me to go to medical, right? But I'm like, dog, homie, the next time you throw a punch, we gotta get paid for this, right? And that was our plan. And right before he got locked up, we had freaking just hooked up with a dude in New York on August 12th. We were supposed to fly out to New York and put him in the ring. And
Bro,
and the feds swooped him up and came and swooped me up and they locked me up for like 30 days. They kept him for like 2 months. And when they let him back out, he was already on the meds, man. It's
when I
just
when I say if they put him in a ring, and I don't care who he fights, it don't even matter to me. Heavyweight, he's putting him out, and it don't even matter.
like, I know this, you know this,
Yeah,
everybody around him know this,
yeah,
but like it's hard for people to believe that there's such thing, that this type of human being, this monster exists, right?
bro.
And I want to just, it's not even about the money, homie. I just want to show because he
When I
deserves.
seen him jump off the table onto his toes, bro, that solidified it for me. When I seen him throwing head kicks at 285, and yeah, bro, that was not that's not no he's not normal. He's not a normal human being.
Was you there when he got? Remember JB, the big ticket man out of Sacramento? Him and his
That's my
little,
homeboy.
yeah, his brother Troy. Yeah, when he got JB for like 200 books because he told JB he can roundhouse the basketball rim, and JB's like, "How does this 300-pound motherfucker?" Go ahead.
Told JB, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. I know what this dude can do. And you don't listen.
He's like, "How does 300-pound motherfucker gonna jump up and kick?" And he's only like 6'1". He ain't
Kick
even.
the
You're
rim.
taller than him. Yeah, jump up
Yeah,
and kick the fucking basketball rim,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like for me, like really, I just want to showcase that to the world because I really believe, like, in our lifetime, there's exceptional individual that comes through, and they should be recognized for that shit. You know what I mean? Like he shouldn't have wasted his life 20-something years in prison, still dealing with the court system. Somebody should have swooped him up when he was young, seen the potential, and freaking made him a star, Holmes. And
He's an animal. Right.
ah, man, I get so frustrated. Like we could be running around touring the country, knocking people out right now. You know what I mean?
Bro. So yeah. When I tell people about him, I know they don't believe me, but the craziest shit I've ever seen.
No, this
And I
motherfucker broke the. Me and you get locked in a wreck cage, we're gonna die in there.
two
This
kicks.
this
Two
dude busted two of them with his
two kicks.
foot.
Two kicks. Barefoot. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, man, like, damn, dog. Like, I really want to. Like, there's nothing out here. I've seen some incredible YouTube videos of some superhuman stuff that these people could do out here, right? But every time I see them, I'm like, man, you ain't got nothing on my buddy, man. You ain't got nothing on my buddy.
I
And
would
you know,
I put him in a street fight against anybody,
yeah.
and I'll take him at 100 out of 100 times.
Look, man, we like out here, through the homies that's been out here doing their thing, whatever. I'm plugged in with all the industry, and
Yeah,
I got the product, but they just doped up my product, man. They just,
yeah,
they doped up the homie. Like we was, cause we went down to go watch his nephew fight down in Hurricane, Utah. So
yeah.
so before he left me, he was like, I was like, "What's up? We doing this?" He's like, "Yeah, bro." And we was on, man. I was putting all the thing in work. I had a production team to come and record the whole freaking journey, and the feds came and swooped us up and fucked it all up. And now I'm starting back from square one without my, without the dominant piece on the chessboard.
Yeah, I want to go out there and visit, bro, but right now I can't. But I get to go. I can go wherever I want. I've been to Jamaica already. You
Oh
know what
hell
I mean?
yeah!
I go. So, um,
What happened? Your phone died? Well, that's just the homie. I think his phone died. But man, that's the homie Chris. We practically grew up together in the feds. That's a good dude, man. And I'm so glad to see that he's home. I'm so grateful that he's living the life that he's living now. And it's the content that I'm trying to bring you, man. Just introduce you to some of the people that I've met along the way that are good people that done things the right way and are now evolved their life and are living a better life. And that's the hope for everybody that comes out of prison is that they can find a space and peace within themselves to move on and live a healthy life, man. Oh, you back? Oh, I was about to end it. I was like, that your phone died?
bro, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Technology. But yeah, I want to go out there and visit, bro, because I want to go see all the dudes that you know what I mean, from the
Yeah.
North Shore, from Wahoo, that I didn't get, that I really didn't get to say goodbye to. But what's up? You out in Utah? What's up with Is VC out there?
Hmm. I'm gonna publish this, right? So
Okay,
yeah, so it's just yeah,
I hear you.
yeah.
What about Paul
Paul Tanifa?
Vinuku?
Oh, Paul. Oh, he's in Colorado. He's in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. His cousin is Ikale, the one that I posted a video that I did with him. Yeah, he's out there living with his mom. You know, the mom's old now, so he's
Mm-hmm.
out there taking care of her. Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, the homie's doing good. Yeah,
Easy out there now, right?
yeah. Easy's out here, man. He just got married. He just
That's
got
good.
married.
That's
Fucking
good, bro.
like all the ones from that Rico, all the Glendale homies, they all
Yep.
came home. All them
Yep.
TCG, they all came home and they're all doing good, man. And I see them here and there, and yeah, man, they're doing good, dog. And it's a trip because you know when you're in there, we all got decades. Like they got had, you know, they didn't have like your numbers, but after 30 years, what does it matter? You know what I mean?
Shit. Didn't Easy have 50?
Easy had 37 years. His
Okay.
co-defendant had 40 some. Uh, Cap had like 57 years, but
Cap.
they all got back on that Johnson case. They all came home before me.
Cap.
Yeah, and yeah, man, they doing good, man. It's like it's cool. It's just because you know, like we always talked about this when we was in there. Like, man, when we get up, we can get in touch. But really, in the back of our mind, none of us really thought that it was gonna actually happen as far as us coming home. You know,
Yep.
and now to see it in real life, to be out here with the people that I've done time with, that I you know that I've grown to love and respect, man, and then seeing them doing good with their family and stuff, man, it's cool, man. It's
But that's what it's about, bro. When you go through a struggle with some people, bro, and you have a genuine connection and a love to them with them, bro, it's so good to just see them free and doing good, man. That's why I always like try to keep in contact. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And we might not have been the best of friends. You know what I mean? But I see you doing good. I see you out here, and that's a beautiful thing.
yeah. Like we ain't got no hate. We ain't got no hater in our blood. That hater shit in our blood, man.
At all.
It's just like we all like people like you and I. We understand we're brothers in the struggle. You know, I didn't
That's
put you
it.
there. You didn't put me there. We know we fighting against the same shit.
That's right.
And I just get frustrated that other people can't grasp that, you know, that concept, you know.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
come out here, like these were the people that, like me and you've been good friends. We're not from the same, you know, when it comes down, you,
Different state,
this,
different
what, all
everything.
that. But you already know if you function and break bread with me, whatever funk pops up, I'm not going nowhere.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? And the relationship that we build in there with dudes, like it's unspoken. You don't gotta. Oh man, homie, I love you, homie. I'm gonna have your back. Like you understand that we're of the same mind and same mentality, and that's that. And it's a deeper bond that you have built the relationship in there than with people out here on the street. Because a lot of times out here on the street, you only see them when the you know when the sun is shining. You know what I mean? When the weather's good. You know when the flower is blooming. But when the rain and snowstorm and all that shit, where they at? You knew where they were at. How many motherfuckers kept in touch with you when you was in there? You know what
That's
I
one of
mean?
the things I tell people, bro. You might be family. I love you still, but just because I'm home now, it don't mean that we're gonna be buddy buddy. Because when I was on my knuckles in prison
Yeah,
and didn't have nothing, you know what I mean? The people that looked out for me and the people that helped me through my struggle, that's the people that I'm gonna really hold down. And
yeah.
if you did it, I love you, but hey, have
Yeah,
a
ain't
good
no
day.
hard feelings. Ain't no hard
Nope.
feelings. It's
Nope.
disappointing, but it ain't no hard feelings. Like I'm not gonna hold
Yeah.
no grudge against you, but it's just like I got I got a chance to see what everything is. And when I come home, I told my wife, I'm trying to move on with my life, but the people I left behind, those are my brothers
Yeah.
because we've been in the struggles together. We've been out there splitting a fucking ramen soup. You know what I
For
mean?
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Three
know,
ramen soups in a bowl for 6 people.
you know what I mean? We went through that shit in the motherfucking shoe, building a motherfucking toilet paper shit so we could light a fire to cook up some fucking spam that stuff the Orly stole from somebody and sold it to us. You know what I mean? Like, that shit leaves an impression with you, especially when you got
Yeah.
homies there with you that's willing to give their back, the shirt off their back for you. Like, how do you come out here and forget it? Like, dog, half my money that I have, like whatever opportunity I have, when the homie called, I don't have it, but I know I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is what I got. This is what I can shoot you. You know.
So I was super mad because when I left, they confiscated. They went through my they went through my paperwork and everything and confiscated all of the addresses and numbers and all that I had. Right. So now I got to look dudes up on www.bop.gov.
Yeah, and if you
And,
can remember their first, middle, and last name, you know what I mean?
and most dudes go by street
Yeah,
names, and I'm
yeah,
not remembering their last names, bro.
yeah. Nah, I lost
So
my.
now
Man,
I'm trying to find dudes just so I can say, hey, here go $50, here go
you know,
$100.
and just like, like the homies that I shoot pictures to them every few months. Like I told them, I'm like, look, I don't know what's out there. I ain't been out there in 2 decades, homie, but I promise you, I'll send you pictures, and I've done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And a few hit me up for some money and here and there, and I shot what I can, whatever. But it's just like, like we had, even though we spent 2+ decades, we were still blessed with the opportunity to come back home,
for
and
sure.
and they're not, and that shit
Yeah,
fucks me up. So
yeah,
for me, like I told my wife, like, even though I'm trying to get away from this, I can't. This is my life. I grew up in the penitentiary. I grew up around these people that were shunned by the community, that
yeah,
that labeled us as animals and all the rest of it. But I know better. These dudes are willing to put their life on the line, willing to stand with you when they know, when they know that you're a good dude, that you're somebody they love and respect. They're gonna stand up there and get chopped up with you, regardless of the odds. Like, we've
yeah.
been through it. We've been through the trenches. As
I tell
opposed,
people all the time, we always say that saying, I'm riding with my homeboy, right, wrong, true or false,
yeah,
right?
but only,
And it goes down.
yeah, it gets real quick, and then you
And
find out,
if you wrong in the situation, I'm gonna let you know you wrong in the situation.
yeah, we're gonna deal with
But
the smoke, but once it clear, we're gonna come holler
we're gonna
at
deal
you.
with you. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's
That's
not like,
right.
oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You fucked up, homie. Nah, we're gonna go deal with this, but you gotta be held accountable for this.
Yeah, I
You know what I
don't.
mean?
It is what it is with me, and people know even today. You know what I mean? For the people I love, I'll go to the ends of the earth for you.
Yeah.
And if that means I got to go back to prison because of something somebody done to one of the people I love, that's what it means. But I try to stay away from it. But if they push me to that edge, I'm gonna jump head first into it.
Yeah, like out here, I deal with I've been functioning with a couple of homies that I knew from back in the days. They have a nonprofit called Day One Utah, right?
Yeah,
And there's a couple people out here that ain't really feeling, the evolution. So when they brought me, I'm not part of it or anything, but they've been allowing me the privilege to come and do, like, this last week we collected a lot of clothing items and stuff for the homeless and stuff.
yeah,
But there's people that stuck in that mentality that you're supposed to still live your life a certain way. These dudes ain't busters. These dudes done their time. They're just like me, did everything, and we just trying to do something better with our lives. And they're
that's
like,
right.
when they brought me on to be, to help them out doing things, like, they got a few people that, the little, little, chicken heads, whatever. And I just want you, and they're like, I just want you to know what's up. Like, listen, homie, we doing what we doing, and somebody got an issue with that, we can deal with it. Fuck them, because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you know, I got a proven track record as far as that life is considered
yeah,
concerned. Like,
yeah.
so, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm like, man, don't even trip, like, whatever, and we just pushing, man.
I used to tell people, man, just because just because I'm a Christian now, and just because I don't act stupid, and just because I don't be into a bunch of stuff, that don't mean that I won't go to another level on you, because this is what I used to do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm not new to none of the dumb stuff. You force me into that, then I'll show you just who I am. But other than that, leave me alone. I stay out of it. That's why I tell people out here, leave me alone. I don't want no problems. I don't want no funk with you. I don't care who you are, what you've done. I know what I've done. I know who I am. Leave me alone.
yeah.
Let me live my life. That's it.
That's all we're trying to do, man. We we gave up a lot of our years for this thing that because you know, you you supposedly been out here. I mean, you supposedly been doing whatever you're doing, but you ain't never went to jail. So I don't know. Like, you must be the smartest motherfucker around, the slickest motherfucking criminal ever. Like, I'm not gonna just go out there and just put a fucking, slandered you bold face, right? But common
At
sense,
all.
homie, common sense. So at the end of the day, like, you can't tie my shoelaces. So do yourself a favor and stay out my lane because we're not bothering nobody. You
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
yeah. I've been having, like I said, you come home off of a sentence like I had, and immediately dudes is gonna say, "Oh, well, how do you get home? How do you
Yeah.
do this? How do you do that?" I got mine in black and white, Playboy.
All day long. Just
I,
type it up.
hey, listen,
Right?
I've had to send the link out a number of times. Hey, listen, this is fresh off the website for law. You
Yeah.
don't get no cleaner than this. Check it
Yeah.
out. You know
You
what I
know.
mean? I didn't do no rat shit. I didn't compromise who I was,
But these
and
are the
I'm
people
not
that
going.
ain't never been in jail that are trying to question a motherfucker that just spent two fucking plus decades in there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they always say when you point the finger, there's three other fingers pointing right back at you. Right? This is the reason why that is. Because if you've been around and you know what kind of dude that is, there's nothing in the world that anybody can ever say to have you, you know, even doubt your opinion, your perspective, of what you know about that dude. You know what I mean?
At
And
all, at all.
so,
And that's one of the things. People gonna talk. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do all that. Just
hmm,
stay out my way. I'm cool. I don't need no issues.
yeah. But, but brother, man, I've taken up enough of your time, man. I'm listen, man. I can't express like I get all emotional. It's just to
Hey,
see you home, brother. It's just crazy coming from where we were just kids and fucking ain't got no more hair. Well, you ain't never had hair, but
I used to
but
have
out here
hair.
to be able to fucking kick it, man. This is cool, man. Man, I love
No,
you, man.
absolutely, bro. Hey, anytime. You already know. Hit
Yeah,
me up when you want. It's all love.
man. Thank you for participating, and man, I love seeing the stuff that you're doing out here, man. And I wish you all the best in the world. And
I
we're gonna kick it soon. Soon we get the rest of these
got a cousin.
shackles off of us.
I got a cousin that lives in Utah. I gotta go out there and check him out.
Yeah,
So when I go out there, I'm gonna come check you out.
yeah, for sure, bro. I'm gonna take
You
you
already know.
around. I'm gonna introduce you. Like, I don't put the stuff out here, but I got a pretty cool, cozy VIP lifestyle right here. Everywhere I go,
Hey,
they open the door for me, homie. I got, we go. I just can't mention some of the stuff, but
hey,
man, when
listen.
you
I
come
already
through,
listen.
homie, I got the keys to the city, man, for real. All
I already know, bro. We gonna shop. We gonna kick it.
right, man. I love you,
All
brother.
right, bro. It's all
You,
love, my brother. Love you.
yeah, be good, man.
All right.
Love you, man.
Yep.